Yo, what's up? Okay, so today's video is going to be on the settings, and these are like some of the best settings that a lot of people uses. And obviously, like, this is my setting, so you don't want to like exactly copy mine, but I'll try to explain some things that might help you have like a proper setting. Let's get to graphics first. Now, graphics are not really that important. The only thing important right here is the camera height and the FPS. So for the FPS, you normally wanna have like the highest FPS that you can have, which is 120. If your device supports that, sure, go for it. The camera height, you wanna have it as standard because it gives you the most view range, I guess. So that's why you wanna have that at standard instead of close up. As for resolution, it doesn't really affect your gameplay and it doesn't really matter. So you can have it at standard, high, or whatever your device supports, but it doesn't like affect your gameplay at all. But if you want like the best looking graphics, I would probably say go for high and then you go to advanced, like the overall graphics quality, and then you change everything to whatever it's recommended. But for me, I keep mine at standard because like it makes me lag less, I guess, in game. Now we're gonna move on to in match. Now there's like not many important settings in here. So like overall, the only thing you need from here is just auto translate chat messages, because there's like a lot of players from different languages. They type in different languages, and if you want to understand them, you just turn that on. But controls, this is where you wanna have your control set to advanced and make sure applicable to all heroes. You want to select that and select the basic controls as advanced too, unless you don't want the minion buttons or like the tower buttons, but I highly recommend you have that turned on. Okay, so this is the important part. It's basic target priority. You want to have it set to lowest absolute health. That's how most people use it. I use it too because I don't want to like switch the target when the enemy is 1 HP, because sometimes it will just auto select a different target if you have any other option, but I don't want my 1 HP targets to get away, so I have it at lowest. Show enemy avatars, I don't really use it. I never used it for any mobile games, so I have that off. Like I don't like it, just adds extra buttons on my screen and it's kind of messy, so I don't want that. Like I use my like attacking joystick to like drag to the target that I want instantly. Like I'm very used to it, so like I use that. Attack while moving, I have that turned off because I found it to be not useful at all, because every time I try to basic attack, or like let's see if I'm close to a tower, it just takes me under the tower and it makes me take extra damage, like extra tower shot for no reason, so it makes no sense for me to have it. Auto basic attack, you can turn it on or off. I have it on because you don't want to always like spam your buttons. Auto chase distance, I have it at close range because if the enemy goes farther away from my range, I don't want to chase them. Like my character doesn't auto chase them, so I have it turned off. Camera sensitivity, you can have it at highest, which is probably the best, I would say, just because like it's easier to pan across the map, but that's also like a personal preference. It doesn't really matter, so you can just decide whichever you want. Basic attack target selection, and this setting is like kind of important because it lets you like select the target you want, right? And it's also like pretty fast, so that's why I have it on. It's like a smart lock kind of setting, I guess, if that makes sense. So you can lock onto whoever you want from your joystick, like your attacking joystick on the right side. Directional indicator, I have it precise because I want to know exactly where I'm moving and stuff. Especially for flash and everything. For every other settings, I have it pretty much at the basics because you don't really need to make any changes. They don't affect your gameplay. For shift direction, this is personal preference. You can have it at target enemy unit or movement direction. So if you select movement direction, it's like wherever your joystick is pointing, it's gonna go that way. Every other buttons like skill cancel mode and stuff, I have it set to a button because that's like more consistent. Like I know exactly where to drag my skills to cancel those. Layout, there's like not much to really explain in layout because these are completely custom. You can just you know, if you're right-handed, you use right-hand mode, left-handed, you use left-hand mode. And everything else here, it's like they don't really affect your gameplay, so I wouldn't like recommend anything here. There's also like another setting for shops, which a lot of people don't know. Like I didn't know myself, but I randomly came across it. So you go to shop, and there's like a setting on the top left corner. Now it has three options. It has classic, brief, and then detailed. Now normally most people have detailed one because that's your recommended preset, or like whatever preset you have. Then you can switch it to like classic. This is also like pretty detailed. It shows like exactly what item you're building into. So let's say if I buy dagger, it's gonna tell me it's building into a Shadow Reaper, and then pretty much every other items like Daybreaker and Sun Chaser. And for the other one is like brief. This is like a short item list. Like this is what I use because I'm already familiar with the items. But yeah, that's pretty much it I guess for the video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.